Can I ask if either of you saw the excellent series In Treatment that was on HBO and Sky Atlantic Fuse?
Yes.
That was my very first sort of intro into kind of like therapy in television. I know there was obviously quite a bit of it in The Sopranos, but it wasn't the main focus. In Treatment dealt with Gabriel Byrne. It dealt partly with his home life and also partly of his work with his patients.
Gary, mine would have been Caroline Quentin's sitcom Kiss Me Kate on BBC.
Oh, very similar.
Very similar. Now, there were two shows, coincidentally, that started. Firstly, on the Universal Channel, we had the Hugh Laurie, featuring Hugh Laurie, Chance.
No, which is on what network in America?
Where is this in America, Gary?
Come on, Gary.
USA.
Come on.
No.
No.
Come on. Four letters, one word.
ESPN.
No, one word.
One word, 4 letters.
You love to, it's your catchphrase.
You love saying this. Handmaid's Tale.
Hulu!
Yay! that was a quick Google.
That took me a while. Hugh Laurie stars as Dr. Chance. He is a neuropsychiatrist, which means that he...
Can I just ask Luke what he thought of the name Chance?
No, can I finish?
I almost gave up right there when he said Dr. Chance.
He wasn't John Chance, so he was, what was it, Regan Chance or something like that.
Anyway, he plays a neuropsychiatrist, so basically his job is to confirm diagnosis. It's his job to sort of get people who have been referred to him, confirm diagnosis, and then recommend them to the correct therapist. And throughout this first episode, his marriage has fallen apart. He's getting divorced, and they're in the stage of selling the house. One of the things that he's got is some expensive French furniture, and he takes it to a furniture shop where he meets the bloke out the wire who
Lester Freeman.
Yeah, he used to make little bits of furniture, so he's obviously gone up in the world.
He used to make dollhouse furniture in the Wire.
That's it. And basically, he kind of tells me about this kind of illegal way of making furniture look better by replacing faded brass with this kind of metal that looks like brass. That if you're like a fancy furniture person,
Gary, please stop talking.
No,
what you're basically saying is it's In Treatment meets Lovejoy.
It's a little bit. Well, yeah. The interesting part, really, for me with this one, and this is the one out of the three that I quite like.
I knew it would be.
Okay. It does have a bit of a feel of a 50s movie. A little bit of noir in there.
It's very Hitchcock. It feels like someone saw some Hitchcock and went, right, I want to make a Hitchcock-esque series. Yeah.
And I think towards the end of the episode, I was slightly more intrigued than I was at the beginning. I do admit the first 20 minutes were hard going. Because, you are thinking, oh, it's just House without the limp. He meets this very dodgy bloke who does the brass work. It's kind of like...
Ethan Suppley from My Name is Earl.
Or Boy Meets World. Which drives me mad.
Well, I was just about to say Vader's son from Boy Meets World, Matt. Yeah. I can't believe you didn't get that one.
Oh, and also Mallrats he was in.
He was.
Yeah, but it'll always be
and he plays kind of like a simple, appears to be quite a simple character, but actually... It's got quite a sort of dark background. And he's very good at playing characters. So much so that at the end of the episode, he sort of brought on this pronounced limp so that people that were going to attack him would attack him, and then he thumped them and pretty much... Well, I don't think he killed them, but certainly gave them a good old
actually,
thrash.
It wasn't House without the limp, because the limp was there.
And then there's the story with the Gretchen Mol character as well.
Yeah, so he has a slight infatuation. Well, it seems that he has that infatuation with one of his new patients who is apparently being beaten up by her husband, who's a police officer.
She has a split personality disorder as well, where her alter ego is called Jackie Black, which I thought he was in School of Rock.
Luke and Matt, what did you think of it?
I thought it was very dull, and the dialogue in this. I took two lines down. One of it was when, as you said, his daughter, he's having a divorce and his daughter's having to move schools. At one point, she literally used the phrase, life sucks. And also later on, when they were talking about the Gretchen Mol character and the therapist that she had before dying, the receptionist actually used the phrase, the plot thickens.
I found him relentlessly boring in this. I didn't understand all the furniture stuff so much I ended up Googling the bloke from Boy Meets World during the furniture scene.
I felt about this the way you felt about Fearless, in that I really had no idea what was going on about 20 minutes into it. They didn't make it. Like you said, they didn't tell you what was going on, what you had to focus on. You had that long line of depression to start off with where he's saying, This person had this happen to them. This person had this
voiceover again.
At the end, he was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, I just wanted to watch like Vertigo and Spellbound, the Hitchcock films that this was based on.
Yeah,
and they're better.
As I say, I knew that this was coming. I knew a little bit about it. Obviously, you know, I really liked House, and I think a lot of that was Hugh Laurie. I'm intrigued to see where this goes because he's getting into this more kind of criminal element.
But you're not watching other good stuff like The Handmaid's Tale and stuff, so don't waste your time on this.
Well, I'll do what I want.
Don't take a chance on Chance, Gary. It's not worth it.